Good Friday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy with TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle. That's SPORTZHUSTLE. And we gonna break in and talk a little bit about Team USA women basketball. They are still dominating, and I don't see that ending anytime soon. But before we get into the recap of the game that they had, their semifinal matchup versus Australia, make sure you come in, like, subscribe to the channel. That is TFG Sports Media right here on YouTube, as well as Kendrick Sports Hustle on YouTube. That's SPORTZHUSTLE. Make sure you like and follow them both on Facebook. That is TFG Sports Media, as well as Kendrick Sports Hustle. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Kendrick1969. And you can follow me on TikTok at Kendrick Henderson 51. So again, I hope everybody's having a good Friday. TGIF. It's the weekend, baby. I know everybody is looking forward to getting off and just enjoying your 48 hours before. Guess what? It's Monday and it's time to do it all over again. But again, come in. Make sure you like, share this to all your social media platforms, and comment. Make sure you comment. Let me know what you're watching, where you're watching from. And if you so desire, you can even contribute to help me continue to build this sports platform. During this live stream, there's a little thank you that you can contribute. You're not obligated, but you can contribute to whatever your heart's desire, as well as you can hit my cash up right there shown on the screen if you like to. You're not obligated. But again, I'm just a sports guy, an independent content creator trying to make his own thing happen. But I love talking sports. So let's get down to it. Team USA women versus Australia. They tipped off at roughly 10:30 our time, Central Standard Time. I'm in Texas, and it was pretty much a wrap. They pretty much had control of this game from the tip off to the final whistle. Team USA women would win this 85-64. They led by 18 at the half. And again, they just had too much for them. The dynamic duo of Breanna Stewart and Asia Wilson continued to wreak havoc, as well as Jackie Young, who was moved into the starting lineup. She was coming off the bench at first, but she was moved in to the starting lineup, and she has been a big key to this Team USA women's team having the success that they've had thus far. So again, big win for Team USA, and this make how many? 60 consecutive wins. 60. We're talking about Olympic wins. That is a long time. I guess that dates back to probably, we're looking at 1992. So they have not lost in Olympic competition, I believe, since 1992. This is, again, a 60 consecutive win. Now they face the winner of France and Belgium, who I believe play tonight. So, and then that gold medal game, the team women's gold medal game, will be on Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time over here in the States. So you're going to have to wake up early to watch their gold medal game, whomever it may be. It may be France or Belgium. I don't know much about either team, but I'm sure if France win, it's going to be kind of rocking like the men's championship game will be rocking, because their gold medal game is tomorrow at, I believe, 2:30 p.m. and they will be playing France. So we could have both the men's and women's Olympic basketball teams. They both could be facing the home countries. That is France. So we'll see if that happens or not. Again, Breanna Stewart, she did her thing. She led the women with 16 points, 6 rebounds. She was 6 for 12 from the field. Asia Wilson, she had a solid game, as she normally does. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks. And Jackie Young, again, who has been I think she may be the MVP. Probably Breanna Stewart, but I think between her and Jackie Young, both of those are co-MVPs of this team, because they both have played solid all the way through these Olympic Games. Jackie Young had 14 points, 5 assists, and she was 6 for 8 from the field. So again, I don't know what else to say about Team USA women. They had a whole lot much easier time did their counterparts, the Team USA men, who, we talked about that on yesterday. I don't know if it was a great win. I guess you could say that. But it also, I said that Serbia let that one slip out their hands. They had them get those cats down on the mat for the 10-second count, and Team USA was able to get up in that fourth quarter, and they end up sneaking the win. So again, Team USA men will face France on tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. And that's going to be a big one. And then we now again, Team USA women got the big win, 85-64. That's again, Australia, they hit a couple of threes. They made a little run there in the fourth quarter. But at that time, it was garbage time for the women. The starters weren't in. Breanna Stewart and Asia Wilson didn't even play, I believe, in the fourth period. And this game was pretty much out of reach for Australia to even make this a game. So again, you talk about dominance. This Team USA women's team is dominant with a capital D, and I don't expect anything less from them on Sunday morning. Again, I don't know much about the France women's team nor Belgium. I was listening to the commentators talk about how they say Belgium is somewhat of a scrappy team, so France might have their hands full with them on this evening. But they also said France isn't nothing to sneeze at either. But no one has been a threat to the women's team at all, even in their group play. They've won all their games by double digits, and it hasn't even been close. So I'm expecting them to make it 61 in a row and to win their 9th gold medal. And what can you say? All the hoopla was about when this team was put together, how supposedly Caitlin Clark, it was a travesty that Caitlin Clark wasn't on it. Quite frankly, me personally, I don't think this team needed Caitlin Clark anyway. And I said that from the jump. I mean, she's a rookie. She wasn't able to attend the Olympic training camp because she was still playing for Iowa at that time. So why would that have been fair for her to be put on this team and she didn't even attend the Olympic training camp at all? And that's no fault of hers. Again, she was still playing in the women's national championship game or the semifinals, I believe, when the Olympic training camp was being held. So she couldn't even go to the camp. So this team did not need Caitlin Clark, and that's no disrespect at all to Caitlin Clark, but they had the right women on this team, in my opinion. I think that they'll be fine, and I think in 2028. 4 years from now, when it's in LA, Caitlin Clark will be that. She'll be on this team. It make no bone ifs, ands, or buts about it. Her and Angel Reese, probably Camila Cardozo, the other young lady that for the Sparks, I can't think of her name. She tore her ACL. That played at Stanford. They probably going to be the makeup of this team. At that point, 4 years from now. Because Breanna Stewart may not probably play. She may not play in LA, and I know Diana Taurasi is done. I'm sure this is her last one. And oh, by the way, if they win the gold medal, this will be, I believe, her 7th gold. That is Diana Taurasi, which would be the most in U.S. Olympic women's basketball history. So she's done. I'm quite sure. Asia Wilson, she may not be ready to play. She may not be ready to play in 2028 either. So again, this team will look a whole lot different in 2028, and it definitely will be made up of this rookie class that came in the WNBA this past season. So still, this team is still going to be doing this thing. So again, Team USA women got the big win over Australia, 85-64. They will now await the winner of France and Belgium, and they will seek to win their 8th straight gold medal. Now, before we get out of here, we got to talk about track and field. I just got through watching both the men and the women's relays, the 4x100 relays on NBC, and the women took care of business. The women took care of business, anchored by Sha'Carri Richardson, straight out of Dallas. Gabby Thomas ran the 3rd leg. T.T. Terry, I believe, ran the 2nd leg. And Double M, I can't remember her name, she ran the 1st leg. They had no problems at all. If you don't know the Jamaica women's, they weren't in this They weren't in this relay. Matter of fact, I think they aren't even at the Olympics anymore. Shelly Ann Fraser Price, Sharika Jackson, all of them, they're not there. So the Jamaica women, or nor whether Jamaican men in the relays, by the way. We'll talk about that here in a second. But USA women's 4 by 100 meter relay finals, United States got the gold in a time of 41.78. Great Britain got the silver, time of 41.85, and Germany got the bronze in 41.97. The U.S. women 4x100 relay team have now won the gold relay 12 times in its history. That's the most of any country in the history of the Olympics. Jamaica women is behind them, but this is the 12th time that the U.S. women's 4x100 meter relay has won the gold. And shout out to those Gabby Thomas, Sha'Carri Richardson, T.T. Terry, Double M. They all get a gold. So now Sha'Carri, even though she didn't win the gold in the 100 meters, she got her gold in the relay. Gabby Thomas got her second gold. She won the 200 meters, and she got her gold in the 4x100 meter relay. And shout out to the women. It was, it wasn't a contest. By the time Gabby Thomas got the stick to Sha'Carri, I think she was a little bit behind, and she just smoked them. She put on that top end speed, that come get you. That come get you speed is what I call it. And she ended up bringing it home again for the U.S. And salute to the U.S. women's 4x100 meter team for winning the gold. Now the disappointing 4x100 men's team. I think this team is snake bit, man. They were disqualified. The pass between Christian Coleman and Kenny Badnarik, it wasn't a good one. And that was the end, and that was a wrap. And again, the men's 4x100 meter relay team was disqualified. Check this out. It had been 24 years since the U.S. men 4x100 team has even won gold. 24 years. That's been a minute since they won gold. And it had been 20 years since they even medaled in a 4x100 meter relay. And this was a disappointment. That first pass again to Christian Coleman, to Kenny Badnarik, plain and simple, it was a disaster. Looked like Kenny Badnarik started, he left too early. And he was out of this passing zone by the time he did get the stick. So it wouldn't have mattered no matter what. He was outside of the passing zone. And the U.S. men's team ended up being disqualified. Canada ends up winning the gold in time of 37.5. South Africa won the silver, 37.57. And Great Britain won the bronze in 37.61. Again, the Jamaica men's 4x100 team didn't make it to the finals. They didn't even qualify. So this would have been a prime time for the U.S. men to win this thing. Noah Miles didn't run on this team. They had to replace him with, I believe, Kyrie King was his replacement. If you did know, Noah Lyles, had according to reports, tested positive for COVID on Tuesday night, even though he went ahead and ran in that 200 meters, which he got the bronze. If you tested positive for COVID, you probably don't need to be around athletes. He probably shouldn't even ran in that 200 if that's the case, because you're around other athletes. But, that's neither here nor there. He did not run on this team. They replaced him with Kyrie King. And, again, a team of Fred Curley, Kenny Badnarik, Christian Coleman, Kyrie King couldn't get it done. They were disqualified. So, again, the drought continues for the U.S. men 4x100 meter relay. They have not won a gold medal since in 24 years, and they have not even medaled in 20 years. So got to get that men's 4x100 meter relay team fixed. So we'll see what happens in 2028. Now, before I get out of here, got NFL preseason happening. We got some games tonight. If you're interested in watching your team, got the Falcons at the Dolphins. That's at 6 p.m. on NFL Plus. Then we got the Houston Texans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's at 6 on NFL Network. I did read that Justin Fields is probably going to get the start so he can get some reps for Pittsburgh. Don't know if C.J. Stroud is playing for the Texans or not. I wouldn't play him, not in this first one. But anyway, that game is on NFL Network at 6 o'clock tonight. And then the Eagles at the Ravens at 6:30 p.m. on NFL Plus. Then on tomorrow, you got 9 more preseason games, 9 more preseason games because you only got 3 of them. So you only get a certain amount of games to kind of get, reps in for your starters, but you want to get some looks at some of your draft picks to see who you're gonna continue, who you're gonna keep, because that cut deadline is gonna start coming up here in another week or two. So again, we got 9 games on Saturday. Then we got 2 games on Sunday. Broncos at the Colts. That's a noon game on NFL Network. And then we got the Cowboys at the Rams at 3:30 p.m. on Sunday, and that's on NFL Network. Speaking of the Cowboys, I did read where this situation between CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys in this contract don't look like nothing is gonna happen. Matter of fact, according to Jerry Jones, I'm paraphrasing, he's not really worried about CeeDee Lamb's contract. So that's a blasé attitude to take when your number 1 wide receiver hadn't been in camp, hadn't attended any of the offseason activities, hadn't been in camp. He's being fined $50,000 per day too. Every day he misses camp. He wants an extension. He's in the last deal of his rookie deal, which he'll make $17.99 million this season. But Justin Jefferson reset the market. When was that? A month or 2 ago when he signed that 4-year, $40 million deal, $110 million of that guaranteed, with a average salary of $35 million per season, which makes him the highest paid non-quarterback ever in the history of the league. Then I just saw Tyreek Hill; he got his deal redone with the Dolphins. They also had signed their wide receiver Jalen Waddle to something new as well. So again, this contract deal with CeeDee Lamb, a wide receiver who has been he was first team All-Pro last season, been to 3 Pro Bowls, led the league in receptions with 135 receptions and 1,735 receiving yards. I think he had 12 touchdowns. Looks like this thing may not be ending anytime soon. So will he be available for week 1 versus the Cleveland Browns? Don't know. Again, Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones kind of has a blasé attitude toward it. So we'll see what happens. So again, that was some NFL news for you as well. So again, thanks for people who are watching this. If you watch this later, make sure you comment, like, share this to all your social media platforms. Again, Team USA women basketball will be looking to play for their 8th straight goal on Sunday morning. They will face either France or Belgium. Team USA men will face France on tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. for the gold. That is basketball. The women's 4x100 meter relay team got the gold, anchored by Dallas's own Sha'Carri Richardson. And the men's 4x100 meter relay, they were disqualified. Had some problems with their exchange on that first leg between Christian Coleman and Kenny Bednarik. So the drought again for the men's 4x100 meter relay continues. So again, TGIF to you all. Thanks for dropping in. Make sure, again, you like, subscribe to the channel, share this to all your social media platforms. Make sure you keep it locked here for all your sports news, live streams, and breaking news and entertainment. I am Kendrick, the sports guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. You all have a good weekend. I am out. Peace.